Welcome to Wilder Days podcast. Where are we today, Kingston?
We are at Bear Lake. It is very blue.
The bluest.
It's crazy. We're suggested to go here simply because of raspberry shakes.
Yeah, and we're waiting.
Literally. We're killing some time to go over to the place that has like these crazy raspberry shakes, I guess.
You're gonna get more. I mean, I'm gonna get onion rings too, I think.
Well, yeah, we're probably gonna get lunch.
Okay.
But
Kinda, yeah. I mean, yeah, we're gonna really fatty out.
Oh, like Ronald over there on the Google reviews. Ronald got a bacon cheeseburger, onion rings, fries, and a shake.
Ronald.
I think his name was Ronald.
Out of control, McDonald's. Ronald McDonald.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, last episode we were in Arizona, and it was probably like a week and a half ago.
Mm.
And since that has happened, I feel like a lot has happened. We were in Marble Canyon, so that we were leaving Overland Expo. We were leaving, getting the hatch fixed. We spent a couple days there, and then we headed to Lake Powell for our lottery ticket to the Wave, and we did that. And so I guess, yeah, let's start with Lake Powell. We jet skied.
Amazing.
Around the canyons. We didn't get too far because the water was very rough.
Yeah,
and,
so that was something I wasn't expecting because you don't really think of a lot of choppiness. It felt like ocean level.
Yeah.
Really obviously not. There weren't like waves like the ocean, but it was like really choppy.
Yeah.
And the jet ski proprietor said that it's because you're going through these canyons and there's boats motoring back and forth, a lot of traffic, and that energy has nowhere to go because there's no beach. It's just these stone walls.
Yeah.
And it just kind of reverberates. So, yeah, we got beat up.
Yeah, literally. So. I had bruises on my legs from holding on. And it was two of us on one, so the jet ski was like really powerful, and it was totally fine.
It was so worth it.
It was
amazing.
And if you
we also
what?
We also got sunburnt like crazy.
Oh yeah, sunburnt for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the people at Surf Lake Powell, like dropped the jet ski off and picked it up, so that was really convenient.
It was awesome.
And they were really super nice family-owned company, so we were like I was stoked on that aspect too.
And they definitely like gave us warnings about sticks
and
things.
Trying to not get stranded on the lake.
Yeah, it was. I felt like appropriately afraid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Healthy fear.
Yeah.
What to avoid.
We definitely saw some cool stuff though.
Oh.
I mean, once you start going into like the offshoots of canyons and stuff, it was really cool.
The last time I had been to Lake Powell was with my dear friend Haley and her now husband Blake, and we did a lot of like swimming and things around the perimeter, but we didn't actually like it was like a photo trip. It wasn't about like, lake time.
Yeah.
So it was a thrill.
Yeah.
To be in the lake and like exploring.
That was top list of things I wanted to do just in general, just to explore that lake. Like, boat or jet ski. Jet ski was really fun, but
we were like, there's so many news reports about the water. They're in like a 20-year drought. We might have talked about that on the last one because we were kind of like, do we even go?
Yeah.
And we get there and there's like.
Oh, it's
giant ass boats. Oh, yeah. Apparently Kylie Jenner is like also, hanging out on the lake while we were. It was happening, yeah.
Yeah, the lake level was not affecting people going on the lake.
On the boat part. So Lone Rock seemed pretty dry, and that was like a swim spot.
Yeah. But like the lake, like it was plenty of water to drive a boat. So I think that it's a bit of a easy. The guy said that it's an easy, easy thing to write about, like, oh, low lake levels, but there's still recreation to be had there. Because we asked if it affected their business, and that's what he was saying. Like,
people are calling, like, is there
calling,
even
asking and stuff,
water left?
Yeah. So, anyways, Lake Powell's
Yeah.
open and readily available for jet skis.
Gorgeous.
And so then we hung out there. We had we had a room at Lake Powell Resort because obviously the dog was with us, so we had to keep him safe and
Shadow
keep
could
him in a
not go
room.
on the jet ski.
Unfortunately. So he hung out in the air conditioned room, and then where did we go after that? Oh yeah, and then we also had to do the waves, and that was brutal. I think I underestimated that hike. I thought it was just like a flat like wash walk.
Yeah.
And it's not so much that. It's like a 3 mile hike in, 3 mile hike out, and it's definitely unmarked, which is it was kind of cool but kind of crazy.
I loved it. I mean, the heat was punishing. The sun in Arizona is like a whole other level of.
So we woke up at sunrise, got up, and then left. So
thought we were really like on top of it.
So we were probably an hour or two behind what we should have done.
If we didn't care about the photos though, because at the end of it you were like,
well, yeah, yeah. So when we got there, the shadows were pretty like apparent on like the most like famous view of the wave, and then we gave it an hour or something like that, and it was great. So I think timing wise for the photos and like whatnot was really good.
Yeah, it was.
But the walk back was brutal, and I brought a lot of camera gear, and I had a uncomfortable camera bag, and like there's just like a combination of things that kind of made it like miserable. And I'm not a big hiker anyway, so.
Yeah, it was 92 when we started walking back at 10 a.m. So.
And Shadow was allowed to go, and that was really cool. And then he did great. I mean, he did a pretty good job. He definitely was
really well.
tired to get back, but I think that we're not hiking like 6 miles on a normal basis, so I think
I don't think it was the distance, because I've taken him running, and like, I mean, this was a while ago, but I think it was the heat.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty warm.
We weren't sure like if he was gonna give out on us or not.
Have to carry him.
Yeah, we were kind of looking.
I felt bad. But
I did too. I was like,
like they just said to bring enough water for everyone and the dog, and we did, and that definitely kept us. I think that was a really important part of that.
Oh my God!
It's something that they stress quite a bit, which now is totally understandable.
Oh yeah, it totally clicked in. Like, I think we probably thought they were like going overboard, because with the permit they give you like pamphlets about heat stroke and things about water, and we were kind of like, okay, like, and probably because we're thinking of this like less intense hike as well. We were like, this is weird. Like, they need to, I guess it's the desert precaution. And then when we started going back, there was all the shade that was there when we went out.
From the juniper trees,
or just even the rocks. There was no shade.
Yeah.
Zero.
Oh, the shade going out, and then no shade coming in, or coming back.
Coming back, all the shade was gone.
Yep. Yeah.
And it was just like, it was punishing already. And then they let people walk out there.
Yeah.
Later in the summer.
Yeah.
And we saw people.
Yeah, that
crazy. Was nuts. We saw people walking as we were walking back to the car. We saw people going to the wave with children.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was just thinking, like,
And that was
that is
and we were talking like at
crazy.
noon. Like,
Yeah. Like, they're going heat of the day. They're probably going to go back.
yeah, pretty crazy.
But maybe they're like natives and they're acclimated to the heat,
I,
you know, and we're
yeah,
just wusses.
they were definitely weren't natives though. They were,
You don't think so?
no, they look like tourists for
They
sure.
didn't look tanned and beaten up by the sun
Yeah,
enough.
but yeah, it was, and the hike was way. Yeah, I don't know. There's a couple things like climbing up the hill. It was like what, like.
Hmm.
Anyways, but
It was epic. I loved it. I loved I loved that it was unmarked.
yeah,
It just felt like an adventure and an accomplishment. Like when we got back to the
yeah,
car, it was like, wow, not only were we lucky enough to go see this, because not everybody gets to do it, but we like, you know, did that hike in that heat,
yeah,
and we did it. We successfully routed it. I don't know. I thought it
yeah,
was cool.
yeah. We used. I think we used All Trails
Hmm.
app for that one, and it
Yeah.
worked really well. Because I used it with my um with the phone and the watch or whatever, and then you can track your hike, and then yeah, you can see everything after. But yeah, it was really cool. And then after the wave, we what happened? Oh no, so your screen broke. Was that after the wave?
No, no, that was way
Oh
before
no,
we
yeah, that's
even.
right.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So your MacBook screen broke, and the closest place was Salt Lake City, and
Right.
so we were. I mean, we
By not backtracking,
what? Oh
because I
yeah,
think
because
closer
Phoenix.
things were in
Yeah.
Phoenix, like area. Yeah.
So yeah, we kept on. So we pushed away from Arizona and headed to straight to Salt Lake actually, and then we just dropped it off. We got a day of appointment.
Hmm.
And we dropped it off a day early, which was cool because then we got it. I would assume a day sooner than because if you dropped it
Yeah,
off the
that's
next day,
true. That's true.
um, yeah. So we dropped that off. We visited Equipped Expedition Outfitters, and what else did we do? Oh, and then we tried to find a campsite uh, in this like area outside American Fork, and I think that's what it's called. Um,
It was
and
beautiful.
it was just so beautiful up in the mountains, but it
Yeah.
was packed,
Yeah, it's the spot.
packed. Every single spot was taken, and then we ended up in a Walmart parking lot.
It was cool though. I think you and I were remarking, because not only were, well, they had campgrounds that were full, they had free camping, dispersed camping that
Yeah,
was full, but they had all these like picnic areas right next to a
yeah.
river,
I
and a
was
lot of those were taken, and people, I saw one couple just like eating Chick-fil-A,
yeah,
and it's really cool to see how people in Utah like take advantage of
yeah.
these beautiful areas, and they head out there. And
Yeah, because
yeah.
I I noticed that because like when you look at a like campground's one thing, but the picnic areas where they have like tables and like barbecues and stuff, like you don't really see people using that in California, or at least like I didn't really experience that very much. And then when we go there, literally every single one was taken and they were using the barbecue, and like there's a bunch of people, and like it felt like a little bit more like where I'm from, like where there's people go out just to picnic for the day and
Mm,
like barbecue and stuff, and
yeah.
then they go home. I'm assuming like that's what they did. But it was just cool that yeah, like people were using these resources that you know are there, like that aren't being wasted.
Yeah, because it looked like Europe to me.
Yeah,
Like it
yeah,
was it just really beautiful.
looked cool.
So it's like, oh yeah, okay, it's not lost on people.
Yeah,
They're
they're
taking it
enjoying it.
in. Yeah, loved it.
Yeah, and then Equipped gave us the idea of to go to that event that we went to the next day,
Yeah, they're throwing an event.
and I think it was called Fort Desolation. I think
Yeah.
a really small event. I think it was like maybe the first of its kind in that area, maybe. But we got free camping for a night. We met some really cool people. Um, we got to like camp next to this like pond and with these gnarly big carp in there. They're like super fat little, or not little but big carp. But
Yeah,
um
it was a random spot because it like
yeah,
was on a
it was in Ogden.
professional level disc golf course.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think my brother is gonna be so mad that we didn't do it.
Get into disc golf.
But yeah, because I've done it with him like once. It's actually really hard and fun.
Yeah.
But I
We should
woke
get,
up
I don't know, should we
sick.
get a disc golf thing? No, we don't need more stuff. Get into it.
But they might have a course in Bend that, and I wonder if you can like rent the discs. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
How
know.
much they
I
are.
literally know nothing about that disc golf stuff.
It's
But
Imagine Golf.
yeah, no, I get the
The
concept,
concept.
but
Okay.
I don't know anything about it. But I remember in Bend, or no, sorry, in Flagstaff, we went to like one of the outdoor stops, and they had like a whole rack uh of the disc golf
hmm
things.
So here's
I was
what's
like, that's a lot of frisbees.
I think is interesting. It's I think similar to golf. There's different discs for different types of shots.
Oh, really?
So I think
So that's
there's
probably
like
why they're different colored and stuff.
distance ones. There's like short distance. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know all the ins and outs, but
I guess
from
that
what I
would make
understand, you
sense.
have like a
Yeah, like a kit
yeah,
or
but
whatever.
exactly
Yeah,
like golf where they have like
yeah, yeah.
except I don't think you get a caddy. I think you gotta
You
just
gotta cart those things around yourself. All right. Um, yeah. So then we got to hang out. We woke up and what was that, Sunday? And then you got like an ear infection or something.
yeah, that was really scary because I woke up and I felt awful. And
Yeah,
I thought, okay, did I get COVID last night? Like, because I didn't sleep well either. And I thought, oh no.
yeah,
So I kind of just like, I felt bad.
yeah. She just disappeared.
I just disappeared. I didn't want to deal with anybody because I didn't want to get anybody sick.
Yeah.
And
Well, luckily we next day we
yeah,
COVID test
we
and
went
there
and
was
got
that
tested
was
and it was
negative.
negative. But I literally was like, I feel like I could barely speak. Do you remember that? I was
Yeah.
just like, I need to sleep.
And then we get a hotel
Yeah.
because really like we're out of our element and we didn't have anything planned, so it's like, well, we had to kill time for Tuesday when you get the MacBook back. So we couldn't go too far away and found a cheap like hotel stay, and you literally slept for like almost 24 hours.
Yeah, no, I was really not doing well.
Yeah.
I think the not sleeping well and whatever is going on in my body just like
Shut you down.
shut it down. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but
was horrible. It was
you're
really, I
feeling
think
better
the
now.
scariest part, yeah, is thinking like, oh, I had COVID and was like
Yeah.
giving it to people
Yeah, your guilt is high with that one.
forever, forever
No, but
guilty.
luckily it wasn't.
Yeah.
Um, and I didn't get sick at all. I just have allergies, which is a constant sickness.
You're like, you're built, you're built tougher. What is it? Built Ford tough.
Oh,
That's you.
yeah, ramped up.
Built ramped.
Um, but yeah, and then we got your laptop.
Yeah.
We yeah, we headed this way, and and the drive here was awesome from Logan to Bear Lake is just an awesome drive. That looked like, I don't know, just really cool. There's a lot of different valleys and then like the mountains and the river you're basically driving with. Um, and then like this giant, and then we get here and I'm like, damn, that's a really big lake. It's a lot bigger than I expected.
Yeah, Bear Lake. It's big. And it's funny because I was like, of course, looking at it on the map, it's not this, it's like not the same size, but like it's competitive with Salt Lake in terms of like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Salt Lake's obviously bigger, but it's not this like little sliver of blue. It's
Yeah, no, it's a really big
It's a
lake.
big lake.
And I'm not sure if I mean, we're not seeing any boats. It's pretty windy out, so I'm not sure if it's like a. I mean, I assume boats can go out here, but um, what was the? Do you remember what was the reasoning why it was so blue?
Yeah. So apparently there's a lot of limestone in this area, and there's calcium in limestone, and it is reflecting the sky.
Oh, okay,
So that's
gotcha.
why it's so blue. It's just like mirroring back the sky in a very potent way,
Yeah,
I guess.
because it's like deep blue, and then the shallower it gets like that aqua blue, you know. And then when you go up
Yeah,
right to it at the shore, it's crystal clear.
it's gorgeous. It's really pretty.
Yeah, I wonder if it's drinkable. I think it's. I don't know.
I don't know. I did see warnings about that, like algae. What is that?
Oh, okay.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, I think if you see it, you're in trouble, but if you don't, you're
Okay.
fine. Kind of deal.
We could always filter it if we needed water. You
Should
know.
we take some Bear Lake with us?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and then we're headed into Idaho. After this, like, we're on the Utah side of the lake, but after we get that shake, we're gonna we're gonna go get. Actually, we're gonna go to a spot that was recommended to me for some fly fishing, and then try to catch some fish, and then
Wish you were
next.
with us, Dad.
Oh yeah,
I'm thinking of my dad a lot. We
yeah.
saw a train.
Oh
We like
yeah, we
randomly
saw that
stopped to
train.
went to.
We totally skipped over all that.
Oh my gosh, the jetty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, too much, too much to pack in.
I know, it's a lot.
It feels like, and then, and then. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, there's just so much to talk about that we've been up to, which is good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, so after we leave Salt Lake on the way here, before we hit the canyon, we hit Spiral Jetty and Golden Spike, maybe like National Park or something. Or
It was. So you had to
I
flash
got
your
a,
card.
yeah,
Hmm.
and I got a stamp
And a
for the book
pin.
and a pin. So yeah, we're winning. Um, the I mean, these trains were insane. They were like coal driven
Yeah,
steam.
1800s.
Yeah,
Like,
and
they're
we, got,
beautiful.
we for some reason we got there at the perfect time,
I know.
and they were like, all right, we have a 4 p.m. departure, and I'm like, wow, it's like 10 minutes before, and then they like did this whole like explaining everything and
Oh
like all
yeah, it
that.
was like a show.
Yeah, it
The
was really
ranger had a
cool.
mic. She
Yeah,
was like talking about.
it was super cool.
And then we found out later that that was the very spot, and why they built a park around it. It's the spot that the Transcontinental Railroad met together and was completed. And
Oh,
that's why
okay.
it's a big deal.
Golden Spike.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
And I
cool.
was like, man, my dad would have loved this. We were like trying to send him videos, but I just wish, yeah, I wish they could
I wish anyone
retire.
could expire to experience that stuff.
Yeah.
It's cool because we didn't know about that spot, and we just kind of drove up,
I
and we're
know,
like,
it was so random.
it's like, all right, and then I hear like trains and shit, and I'm like, all right, let's go
We're-
check it out.
We were just trying to use the bathroom.
Yeah,
Uh,
and then we hit the Spiral Jetty after, which is something that you wanted to go do, and it's
yes,
like
this
a
is the
land art.
first. Well, I'll say the second because me shooting that model was the first thing that I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
But this is the second thing that was kind of like from, because you are the pin master.
Yeah, I got a lot of
He has
pins.
this incredible map, and he collects from everyone, you know, these amazing spots, and
Yeah.
he's got, so you're usually like navigating and picking locations, which has been awesome. But there are a few things that are kind of like artsy or outside of your purview
Yeah.
that I wanted to see, and the Spiral Jetty was one of them, and it was a thrill because
Yeah.
I remember learning about land art, which is like where artists, they manipulate the land instead of, a canvas or a sculpture. So this artist, I think his last name was Smithson, Robert Smithson.
Real memorable.
Fail. Let me Google so I don't sound like a total idiot. Robert Smith, not Robert Patterson. Yeah, Robert Smithson. In the 1970s, I think he was one of the first people to actually do land art, and he basically went to Utah and was like, "Hey, can I lease this land?"
Yeah.
For what was it like?
It was $2,000 for 10 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. And then he got a bunch of construction workers to help him basically form this spiral into the Salt Lake. And it's an interesting spot because the water is not blue,
It's red.
it's red. And
Yeah.
we were trying to get pictures of it on the phone, and it doesn't even
Doesn't
it
register.
turns brown in the
Yeah.
camera for some reason.
But it's like a rose, it's like a, I don't know, it's a weird color.
It is. It looks like,
It's like a pink
and
red.
from far away, it almost looks like a sea of blood or something. I mean, it's
Yeah.
very it's just a very odd, desolate place.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it was really cool to see something like that. I had a,
It's way out in the middle of nowhere.
yeah,
But easy drive, easy to get to.
yeah, it's not,
It's about 2 hours from Salt Lake, so. And then I guess that catches us up to now. We're at this lake and we're gonna go get raspberry shakes. I can't. It's all I can think about.
oh my God, one track mind. But it's only 11.
Yeah.
Ever gonna go park outside of the place and wait?
No, I mean I think they open 11:30. We'll probably go over there in an hour.
Okay.
Lunchtime.
I was
All right.
messing with you.
No, well, I'm not messing around. Let's do highs and lows.
Okay.
Go ahead, because I hadn't even think about it.
I gotta think about it too.
Or actually, I can go.
Do, do, do,
All right. So my high would be, I think like getting to the more temperate weather. Like it's cold right now, and I'm loving it. Just gonna appreciate the cold a lot more.
Yeah, he's back in his element. Trees
Wearing a sweatshirt.
and the cold.
Yes. My low, I don't know what my low would be. I don't really have any. My low was that freaking hike back from the wave. That was brutal. But yeah.
He's still not recovered.
No. But yeah. Oh, I don't know. High would be like jet skiing in that Lake Powell, because that really crosses something off for me on my list.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's basically it, What are you going to do?
Yeah, I know you're excited to be, because we're making our way to Bend, and he's excited.
Yeah, trees and
yeah,
go dirt biking and fish and
dirt biking, fish,
everything. All right,
get
go
you
ahead.
flying along. Okay, my high was shooting that model.
Yeah, she had her own little shoot,
which you didn't really talk about, but yeah, I did. It was
talk about it.
Terrifying, exhilarating. Yeah, it was just, It was awesome. And I'm planning on doing more shoots, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
I was thinking it'd be really cool to do shoots like that, in all sorts of different landscapes, and maybe it can be a series, who knows. So I'm just gonna keep plugging away and see what comes of it.
Yeah,
Either portfolio or...
I would say don't put a label on it yet. Just keep taking photos and then see where it goes.
Well, it's hard to like... It's, I don't have a lot of time or resources, so it's hard to like invest in something like that without knowing.
Yeah.
Not knowing, but like having an idea of what you're getting out of it,
Yeah.
So I guess I'm trying to justify it in my mind. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's like investing in, your skill set, or like trying to expand your skills because you want to take photos and get paid for it as well. But you get paid for another graphic design and stuff, So,
Yeah.
It's like going from a paid thing to a non-paid thing is kind of difficult. But you don't have to think of it as a paid thing. You could just do it for fun until it becomes something,
I do think too, like, and I don't know, this isn't the forum. I want to talk to you more about this later because I've been thinking a lot about my work stuff and how to like blend the two possibly.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because I don't think I have to give up either. I think it's just like...
In addition.
Yeah. And maybe getting help. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta see where it goes.
Yeah.
But that's cool. What about your lows?
Getting sick.
Oh,
I was devastated. And I had so much fun. We were kind of on the fence about going to the event.
Yeah.
Because we're not social
We're
beings.
antisocial.
It just seemed like a lot because I've gone to camping things before, and if you don't vibe with people or people aren't nice, it's super awkward, and then you have to spend the night.
Yeah.
With these people that like didn't want to hang with you, and that's really...
It's hard to deal with.
It's really like another level. It's not like a party where you can leave and go to your home. It's like, oh, my home's over there, and yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean.
You know what?
What?
We were gonna talk about on this podcast.
What?
Social media.
Well, we can do that another episode.
I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, the event was really fun and the music was good and like we were really happy that we went.
Oh my God, Johnny Depp was playing the blues.
No. Look like him.
He was celebrating his...
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, no, it was good that we went. We went out of our... It seems silly because it's just like this simple event, but I mean, we went out of the comfort zone for that one,
Well, what I think is cool about it is that people just really like you. They seem to really enjoy, like, talking to you. And I feel like on social media, you don't always... I guess that's why I like thought of like, oh yeah, so we're going to talk about it. Because we were like, okay, how do we branch out beyond social media? Because it's so impersonal.
Yeah.
And I think it leaves people to make assumptions about you either way.
Sure.
So in my mind, I'm like, as much as like you can like meet people in person, like that's an actual connection. The social media stuff is so like tenuous and
I think that deserves its own episode because there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do that next. But yeah, I think that it's interesting because we vibed well with these guys and they didn't know who I was. I didn't know who they were, and like it was cool. It was like there's no like preset kind of like expectations. It's just like, oh, we're camping next to each other, and then they ended up being like
that's awesome. That's true. Because I feel like in California, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
People are always trying to dig. What's the angle? What can they get out of you? Who are you?
Yeah. We're just and that event was just all there for the same reason.
It's just chilling.
Yeah.
It was really refreshing, and I think that's something that we've been like waiting to experience.
Yeah, definitely.
Leaving California to like go on this trip is like other interactions with people because LA, and I say California, it's really like LA people, isn't it? that like,
it's very specific.
they're very into
reactions.
networking. They're very into, they're all in LA trying to do something. Maybe New York's like that too. I haven't really been there enough to.
I don't think New York has a great camping culture.
No, I just mean like interacting with people.
Yeah. No, New York's
I feel like New
real
Yorkers
different.
they don't interact with you.
I love New York.
They're too busy to deal with you.
I think that New York, I love New York's like energy. It's like, yeah, you can talk to people and they'll talk to you too. But if you don't want to talk to anyone, you don't have to talk to anyone. It's like when you're on the subway,
Oh, I can't. I'm so excited.
I love the East Coast vibe. That's just me though.
You're an East Coast boy for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like the. Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to get into it.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, I guess stay tuned for that episode because we're gonna be picking topics going forward instead of giving these recaps because I don't know. It's just I mean we'll probably like do them here and there, but I think where people will find more value is like more information from us like on certain topics. So
everyone asks a lot. We get a lot of questions like, what's it like to live on the road?
Yeah.
And I want to say like just listen to the podcast, but then it's like hours of rambling that only our parents and dearest friends are listening to.
So yeah, you're not really getting much information, just maybe little snippets here and there, but we want to be more helpful.
Yeah, and I think the updates will come in other forms. Like I think we're going to try to be posting better on the Wilder Days Instagram. The newsletter comes out weekly.
Yeah.
There's like a really in-depth one coming out about the wave experience and photos, and then a link to the video that John...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kingston.
It's been going 50-50 these days on the name.
I'm so sorry. So anyways, all that to say... I
gotta finish the wave video.
Yeah. He's like, oh, uh-oh.
Shit.
I know.
I'm gonna do it this weekend.
We're behind. But there's other ways that we're gonna be...
more helpful.
Not helping, but like keeping in touch, because that's like the people that listen to this are the ones that like want to keep in touch.
Yeah. So well, thanks for listening to another episode of Wilder Days. See you next week.
Bye.